welcome everybody. It's nice to have everybody back again. We are going to do one of my favorite style of workouts today. It is going to be a quick 1 minute through each exercise, 30 exercises in total. So it's a 30 minute workout. If you feel like you are in that intermediate or advanced range, you can set your timer to 90 seconds or 2 minutes per exercise if you want to extend out that workout. Today we're going to be doing 1 minute each on my video today, but you certainly can write this down and try it on your own if you want to extend those out. Another option for an advanced option would be to go 2 times through. So do 1 minute through, 1 minute through again. This is going to be an all body weight exercise. So we are just going to get into it. The first 3 to 4 will be kind of our warm up before we dive into the more intense exercises as we go. So as you can see, I've got my clock set up. That's all you need today. I also have a mat here on the ground for some of our core exercises and things like that. So you can certainly have that as well. But that is it. That is all you need for this exercise. So we're just going to dive on into it. We'll start now with some high knees, 1 minute each. And let's get started. Here we go. High knees. We'll get those knees up. Start pumping those arms. And stand on the balls of our feet for this first minute as we work through. So I'll be demonstrating the exercises as we go, and I'll also be coaching us through them as we go. You can see the clock here in the bottom corner of your screen will help you know how much time you have left as we go. So as we get those high knees, we want to get those knees up to about 90 degrees. We want to stay on the balls of our feet. We want to start pumping those arms. Again, this is part of our warm-up here, so we're about halfway through. We're just trying to get that heart rate gradually rising as we work through our high knees. So about 20 more seconds here. As you're feeling a little bit more warmed up, you can start to speed it up a little bit or slow it down, however you're feeling, however your energy level is at as you go through the workout. 10 seconds here. From our high knees, we're going to move straight into inchworms. So 2, 1, and into some inchworms. So we want a straight leg. We're going to walk it out to plank position. As you get to that plank position, walk it back to our toes, touch our toes, stand it all the way up at the top into that next inchworm. Walk it back out to plank, walk back. You can see here I'm trying to keep my legs as straight as possible as I work through. So as you walk it out, keep a straight leg, and then the more challenging portion is keeping a straight leg, walking it all the way up to our toes. Obviously with some flexibility issues, if you have any hamstring calf tightness, you might not be able to keep a straight leg the entire time. Just do the best you can as you work through your inchworms. Keep it going here. We got a little under 20 seconds. Keep moving through our inchworms. A few more to go. 10 seconds left. Walk it all the way out. If you want a little extra challenge, you can try to walk past parallel, reach out, and walk it back up. And stand it up. Third exercise into some butt kickers. So again, staying on our toes. We're pumping our arms. We're getting everything going here. Starting to feel warm into our third minute. Third exercise as we work through. As I was saying, these first 3 to 6 exercises are really kind of our warm-up exercises. Getting the body going, getting the heart rate up, getting a little bit of a sweat going before we dive into a little bit more of the strength and hardcore high intensity exercises that we'll get to here in just a little bit. So keep moving on those butt kickers, keep pumping those arms, keep breathing. Remember to breathe this entire time as you work through. 17 seconds left. A few more to go. Down to 10. Keep going on those butt kickers. Again, minimal rest. The clock is going to keep ticking, but as you need rest, listen to your body. If you need a quick sip of water, then jump right back in. We're moving into squats. So full squat, drive out on those knees, keep our torso upright, push out as you drop down into that squat. What we're looking for here is our hip to get down to parallel position all the way down before standing it back up. If you have range of motion issues with your hips or ankles possibly, you might not get all the way down to parallel. That is okay. Let's just work our range of motion as deep as we can get. So our goal here is to start to get down into that parallel position as we get a little bit more flexibility in those hips, flexibility in our ankles as we work through. Good. 20 seconds of squats. Keep moving through, keep dropping down. Again, as you're feeling, you can speed up those squats, or you can slow down, go a little bit slower, depending on how your body's feeling, working through. We're in our 4th minute. We are going to drop down to a low plank hold. So we're down, low plank hold, hips down, try to stay in line from hips to shoulders, from hips down to ankles. So one flat board for our low plank hold. Again, deep breaths, breathing through. We're holding here in this plank position as long as we can. If you need a break, that's fine. Drop your knees, take a quick break, and then push right back up into that low plank. We're holding it out here. Again, slow, deep breaths. We're trying to keep that heart rate under control. We're not trying to spike it up too high, too early within this workout. We're 5 minutes into our 30-minute workout as we go through. So 20 seconds, keep holding. Again, if you need that break, drop and come right back up. We're trying to get as much time in that low plank as we can. From this low plank, we're gonna start to raise that heart rate back up. So let's stand it all the way back up. We're gonna move into jumping jacks. So again, back to the balls of our feet, back into that jumping jack, trying to reach down with each rep as our feet come together and our feet go apart. We're reaching overhead. All right, so into those jumping jacks. Keep moving through. Again, this is probably our last exercise here, second to last exercise here, which is part of our warm-up portion of this before we start to speed up that intensity and work our strength a little bit more. Good, we're a little past halfway. Again, continue to breathe, continue to do those jumping jacks. Still moving through. Good. Keep it going here. 10 seconds left. Very nice. We're going to go down to our mats again after these jumping jacks into a Superman position. So on our stomachs, arms out in front if we can. We're going to pull ourselves into a Superman position as much up onto our hips as we can and then relax. So we're getting as much of our thighs up off the ground, as much of our chest up off the ground as we can, and then we're relaxing back down into that relaxed position. Down, up and squeeze, and back down. Supermans, we're really thinking about squeezing our lower back, squeezing the muscles in our lower back, squeezing our upper glutes to try to pull ourselves into that Superman position, and then you can relax the core, lay it all the way back down. Continue to move through here. We've got 20 seconds left on these Supermans. Good work. A few more, down to 10. Up and squeeze, hold, and relax slowly. Be under control of your body the entire way. From here, we're going to move into a skater. So stand it up. One leg will slide behind. We're driving off that front leg, and we're alternating with those skaters, focusing on that front leg, the one that is in front of our body here. We're driving through that leg into our skaters. If you can, balance on one leg and across. If you need that extra help, put your foot down, touch the ground, and then drive back into that next skater. So across. Our torso is up, so if you do these side to side, you can see torso is up as we go. We're not leaning over this way. Good, we're past the halfway point already. Continuing on, 20 seconds, still moving on those skaters. As you're feeling a little bit more confident, you can go into that balanced position. You can even drive yourself up off the ground with each one a little bit more. So getting up with each rep. Very nice. From here, we're going to go into a lateral leg drop. So back down, feet up, knees try to stay together. We're going to drop the legs to the side and back up to our parallel position. So side to side, hands can be down to our sides here so you can keep our balance, or they can be up to challenge our core a little bit more on those lateral leg drops. So if you look at me this direction, you can see going side, up over to side, similar to a windmill or a windshield wiper as you go side to side on those lateral leg drops. Good, remembering, breathe it out as you go. Good Good work. 15 seconds left. Good, a few more. Continuing to breathe. Try to get those feet full range of motion all the way down, close to the ground, and back up over the top. From these lateral leg drops, back to plank position. We're gonna go into shoulder tap. So we're holding that plank, shoulder tap, side to side, trying to keep those hips from swaying. You can see here, I'll turn facing you here. We wanna keep our body down, our torso, everything facing the ground as we go into those shoulder taps. Again, under control on those shoulder taps. We don't want to rotate this way, side to side as we go. Keep everything in line. What can help you out here is your foot position. If your feet are close together like this, it is going to be very hard to stay stable. If you go a little bit wider with your feet, it really helps your core to stabilize a little bit. So you can play with that foot position depending on your exercise level here. If you want them in closer to challenge yourself, or a little bit wider to help out. Good. A few more plank shoulder taps. From here, we're going to drop it on down into a glute bridge hip extension. So heels near our glutes, we're driving up into a glute bridge and relaxing back down. Glute bridge, hip extensions, drive through, squeeze your glutes at the top, and then relax, touch that tailbone to the ground, right back up into our next glute bridge. Good. Focusing here on those glutes, driving up. If you want a little extra challenge, you could do a single leg glute bridge. So alternate legs, drive up, relax, switch legs. Single leg glute bridges are good as well. Great job. We got 20 seconds left on these glute bridges. From here, we're going to start to speed it up. We're going to start to challenge ourselves a little bit more. So 10 seconds. Good. We're going to stay on our back. We're going to move into single leg alternating V-ups. So right arm to left toe, left arm to right toe, alternating single leg V-ups. Alternating legs up into a good V position, and then relaxing all the way back out. So I like to call these single legs star crunches, because when you're laying on your back, you're in a star position. Feet are out, hands are out, you're coming up, you're touching, and you're relaxing, alternating as you go. So single leg V-ups, alternating here, continuing on. Try to breathe through these even as you're starting to feel a little bit fatigued. Just got to get up, get as high up your leg as you can. If you can only reach your shin, that's fine. You're just reaching as high as you can with each one. Moving through. 10 seconds to go. Again, listening to your body as you need breaks. Take the breaks that you need. Good, and we're going to stand it up. We're going to hit some legs here. Curtsy lunge, so you can tell we're going back and a little bit across. Up to stand, back and a little bit across. So we're focusing on the outer part of our glute as we go into these curtsy lunges. From the side here, you can see my front knee should be straight up and down. So we're going perpendicular to the ground with these, not out over our toe like this. So across, straight up and down, alternating curtsy lunges. Good, we're working our depth on these. Trying to get that knee as close to as you can to the ground, alternating. Good. Torso upright as you continue to move through. 15 seconds to go, a few more reps. All right, from hitting these legs, we're gonna speed it up. We're gonna spike that heart rate a little bit, dropping down into some mountain climbers. So plank position, foot to the outside of our leg, and jump and switch. Jump and switch. Want mountain climbers? Again, we want to get to this full plank position before that leg comes up. So we do not want to be too close in this way. Full extension of one leg, other leg in as far as you can. Jump and switch it out. Good. Keep it going here. We're halfway. Keep moving through. As you start to feel good, you can speed it up, or you could slow it down and get a little bit more methodical with it. Either way is fine. Got about 15 seconds to go on these mountain climbers. Good job, under 10. Gonna give you a couple options here for this next one. Either a squat hold, and stand it up. Good, either a squat hold and pulse. We're gonna either pulse at the bottom of our squat, or if you have a wall like I do, we'll sit down into a wall sit. Good opportunity here to catch our breath, take deep breaths, but also work those legs at the same time. As you can see, we want that 90-degree angle through our knee. So we wanna sit all the way down, hip down to parallel as well in this squat. Good, so continuing to breathe. We're doing well here. We are at the halfway point. So this is our 15th exercise here. We're halfway through already. As you can tell, it's quick moving. It keeps going. 20 more seconds here, wall sit. It's just a good, hard 30-minute workout. Hits your entire body, and you don't need any weights. So keep moving on. We got 10 seconds, 15 exercises to go. We're going back to a little bit of core work. So coming out of that wall sit, we're gonna drop down into full sit-ups. So all the way down, touch overhead, all the way up, we're touching our toes. All the way down, touch overhead, all the way up, touch our toes with each one. Full sit-ups. You can use that momentum of your arms, although if you want a little extra challenge, keep those hands out in front so you're really pushing yourself through your core. Feet, I like to be in a little bit more of a butterfly position as you do these. Sit and come all the way up for those. Just so you can get all the way through, you can make sure you get that full range of motion into that full seated position. So continuing on with our sit-ups. 40 seconds in, 20 seconds to go. We're gonna start moving into a little bit more strength work here. So all of these coming up here will be a little bit more strength work. We'll still have the opportunity to get our heart rate up. 5 seconds, a few more sit-ups. We're flipping on over to our traditional push-up. Hands underneath the shoulders, plank position, chest to the ground, full extension back overhead, or back up to full plank. Good? So all the way down, all the way back up, staying in that plank position as much as we can for these push-ups. As you can see here, if I turn sideways, our elbows are going to be kind of in an M position with our torso. They're not gonna be too far out to the side. So we wanna keep them in tight. This is gonna work our triceps as well as our chest as we do these push-ups. Good. If you're getting fatigued, you feel like you can't do any more push-ups, that's fine. Drop to your knees, but keep that plank position, so hips down. We don't want to have a down dog position where we're in that dog, kind of a donkey kick type position where you'd be pushing back into that donkey kick. We want to be in our plank, still push down, push back up for those push-ups. All right, standing back up, we're going to hit some legs, lateral lunges. Side to side, big steps out to the side. We're sitting down into that lunge. The leg that is doing the step will be the leg that is bending. The other leg will stay straight, sitting down, torso up. It is okay to have a little bit of a torso drop here as you go through. As you can see, when I lunge to the side, torso has a tendency to drop a little bit, but we're trying to maintain a flat back as we go through. Good, so big step out to the side, all the way back up. We're past that halfway point. Step, drive out of the bottom with this leg, back to the middle before taking that next step. Drive out of the bottom. Good, remembering to breathe here. Lateral lunges, a few more, 5 seconds. From these lateral lunges, we are back onto our back into a flutter kick. So you can either go big with scissor kicks or you can go small with flutter kicks. Either one is fine, but we want to try our best to keep a straight leg as we do these flutter kicks or big scissor kicks. And then we want our lower or our upper back to be slightly pulled into a crunch position. So we're not laying all the way down this way. You can, although that tends to work a little bit more in the hip flexor. So you hear a lot of people when you do core work have hip flexor problems. They say, you know, I'm feeling it's more in my hips than my core. The reason for that is a straight leg, first of all, and then it's kind of a relaxed upper core, which is going to really work those hip flexors. If you tighten the upper core, you engage that upper core as you do those, it tends to work you a little bit more in the core, a little less in the hips. You might still feel it a little bit in the hips. That's okay, it's part of your core work as you go through those flutter kicks. A few more, you got it. And flipping on over, back to plank position. We're doing plank jacks, so we're jumping our feet out, jumping them together. I'll turn it a little bit sideways so you can see. Jump the feet out, jump together for those plank jacks. Keeping the hips down, staying in that plank position. So same thing as those push-ups. We want to keep the hips down. We want to stay in that plank as we jump and jump. Try not to bounce too much. We want to be quick with those feet out, quick with the feet back together. Good. Remembering to breathe as we work through. Good job. We're 25 seconds to go. Keep working on those plank jacks. If you get fatigued and you need to move into more of a step out, you can alternate legs for those step outs. Maintain that plank position. 15 seconds to go. Good. We are down to 10. And let's stand it back up. 2, 1, into squat jump. So now, same as that squat we were doing earlier, but now we're getting a little more explosion out of the bottom. We're jumping and landing, going straight back down into that next squat. Good, so we want to be soft here. We never want to land on a straight leg. We don't want to come down to a straight leg like this. It's really going to put a lot of pressure on our knees. So, as we jump, extend, and then sit right back down into it. If you need a break at that point, that's okay. Catch your breath, shake out those legs, right back into it. But always land going down into that squat. It's going to take a lot of the tension out of the pressure off your knees as you do those. Good job, guys. Keep it up here. We are all the way through 20. We're on our 21st exercise. Only 10 minutes to go. Good, 10 seconds. Keep working through those squats. Keep that same squat position. Drive through the heels. And from those squat jumps, we're back onto our back. This time bicycles. So one leg out, one leg in. Rotate the hip, or rotate the shoulders. Touch knee to elbow. Good. So we want to be under control. We do not want to be out of control with these bicycles. Under control, full range of motion with each one. Pull across, pull that elbow to your knee or to your thigh on each side. Again, tighten the upper core, shoulders up off the ground. It's really going to help your hip flexors with these bicycles as well. Good, we got 20 seconds left. Good, keep moving. Keep getting that torso rotation, shoulder rotation, pull across. 10 seconds. All right, and 5, 4, 3. We're standing it up. 2, 1, and moving into a walking lunge. I don't have the space for a walking lunge here, so I'm just going to do alternating forward lunges. But if you have the space to walk in a circle or walk out 30 seconds, back 30 seconds, that's good as well. With each lunge, again, a long enough, wide enough step that we can stack your front knee over your front ankle. You do not want to be foot down, knee all the way out in front. It's not a very good balance position, and it's very hard on our knees. So take a big enough step that you can get in that wide lunge position, lunge it down, and then back to stand. If you're walking it, same thing, lunge it out, pull that front leg back up before that next lunge. Good, 15 seconds. 15 seconds to go. We only have 7 exercises left. Let's push hard to the end here, guys. 5 seconds on these lunges. We're working our way back to our mat into a reverse crunch. So feet out, pulling those feet up, and extend back out. All right, pulling in, get those hips up off the ground, drive the heels to the sky, and release out. Good, reverse crunches. Good. I hear a lot of comments with the reverse crunches that maybe they're not working or you don't feel them quite as much. You could change these up with a straight leg as opposed to bending with each one. So there is a difference between bending, pulling in, and then extending out. you're going to work a little bit more in the upper abs. People say they don't feel it as much because typically people's upper abs are a lot more, are a lot stronger than your lower abs, your lower core. So if you have a straight leg, you're gonna feel those lower core a lot more doing those reverse crunches. Just something to think about as you go through those reverse crunch. All right, double mountain climbers, back to plank position. Now we're gonna jump both feet into a pike and jump it back out. We wanna come to full plank position each time. So jump in, jump back out with both legs. If you have any range of motion issues, you can jump and go wider with her legs. You can tell there, went a little bit wider and back out, or jump, keep those feet together and back out. These will be determined on your flexibility within your hamstrings and your calves. If you don't have very much flexibility, you'll have to go wider to get into that pike position. You can tell here, I'll go this way. Either jump in here, 2 feet together, back out, or you can go wide and back in. Good work. We got 12 seconds, a few more reps. We're finishing strong here, guys. We got 5 to go, 5 minutes left. And let's stand it on up. Now we got lunge jumps. So we want to take that lunge position, drop down, and now we're getting a plyometric explosive movement and switching. Jump and switch. All right, if you cannot do these, that is okay. If you have knee issues or you feel uncomfortable jumping in a lunge position, just quick step back lunges. We just want to speed them up a little bit for those step back lunges. So again, either jump lunges or quick step back lunges. Good job. Keep moving, we're halfway. Good work. Almost there. These will start to fatigue you, so keep going. Try to get that explosion through our hips as much as you can. You want to pop those hips forward. Good. 10 seconds. All right. 5, 4, we're back down into a Russian twist. Rotate the shoulders, touch the ground, and switch. Just body weight, so these will be a little bit quicker. Again, let's talk about our knees. You can have them bent. That's gonna work more upper core. If you go straight, it's gonna start to work a little bit lower core into those hip flexors. So play with that for your own abilities. If you feel like you need to have them tucked in, that's okay. We're still gonna work the obliques turning side to side. But if you want to extend out, you'll also work a little bit more in that lower core side to side with those Russian twists. We're past halfway. Let's keep going. Keep it up, side to side. Very nice. Rotate the shoulders. Work those obliques. We're not just moving our hands side to side. We're rotating. Rotate. If you need to drop the heels to the ground, that's okay. Put them on the ground, but keep going. Job. We are going to move into our third to last exercise, diamond push-up. So hands close together. Trying to make it so you guys can see here. My hands are close together. My elbows are tight to my body for these diamond push-ups. All right. So our hands are inside our shoulders this time. You can tell here, I'm inside my shoulders, pressing out. Elbows tight to my body on these. So coming in, pushing back out. These will be harder than your normal push-up. So don't be afraid to drop to your knees, but we still want to get that full range of motion. So we don't want to just pulse at the top. We want to drop all the way down, press all the way back out. So if you have to drop to your knees, that's okay. You're working a smaller muscle group than your chest on these. Your triceps are working a whole lot harder for these diamond push-ups. 15 seconds, a few more. Good job. 6, 5, 4, 2 to go. 2, 1. Crab position, hips up, hands underneath. We're reaching and we're touching. Reach, touch. Opposite hand to opposite toe. So left hand to right toe, right hand to left toe. Keep those hips up. Drive up the entire time through the heels, keeping those hips going. Very nice. Keep it up here. Keep breathing. We got a minute and a half left. Hips up, drive through, reach, and reach, and reach. Good, really reach for our toe. Each one, 20 seconds to go. job. And down to 15. A few more. We're going to finish strong here. One final minute coming up. The best exercise for last. We're finishing with full-on burpees, chest to the ground burpees, all the way up. Let's have everybody go as hard as we can. 60 seconds, chest to the ground, press up, jump, and jump overhead. Good. Set a goal for yourself here. Good amount of burpees is anywhere 10. Some people can get to 20 or more on these burpees. But know yourself, know your goal. Really try to hit your number here. Push hard. We got 20 seconds in, 40 seconds to go. Good. Keep it moving. Great job. Halfway through. Down, just up, overhead, down, up, and overhead. Keep going. 20 seconds left. Let's get as many more as we can here. Good. Finish strong. 12 seconds. A few more. Got to go all the way through that last bell. Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Good work, guys. So, as you can see here, quick 30 minutes, 1 minute per exercise. Just working through. If any of those exercises don't work for you, it's totally fine. Scratch it out. Add something different that you can do. Come up with your own. I like to do this workout on vacation, in a hotel, anytime you're traveling or can't get to a gym with any weights. These body weight things are really good to do. So just full-on body weight exercises. Again, if you're feeling strong, you want to move it up to 90 seconds per exercise, to 1.5 minutes each, or do 2 minutes each. If you want to extend out to 45 minutes or an hour-long workout, or go 2 or 3 times through, depending on your level of ability. So it's good to have everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.